Hey everybody, Chris here on a Saturday night. Welcome. We're right where we were last night at this time, 888. That's right where we were last night. But it's a good trading day, kind of up early in the morning, and then through the day it was kind of trading back down, and then came up late this afternoon. But yeah, this is sideways trading, typically what we have on weekends. Not a lot of huge swings up or down happening for Dogecoin, and Bitcoin kind of following the same, roughly a little bit up, a little bit down. It's kind of staying down a little bit through the afternoon. Didn't come up a little more like Doge did, but Doge was coming up because, well, we had Sheeb. Sheeb decided to go on a little run this evening, came up to 1185, and then is selling back down right now. But a little pump for Sheeb happening, which always helps Dogecoin. Just like when Dogecoin goes on a big pump, Sheeb follows. So, but yeah, Sheeb is selling back down right now. We see this big red candles coming back down. That's typical. We're not in a big bull market yet, so we don't have these big like continuous runs going on. So we're going to see this coin make a little run and then retrace, and then that coin make a little run and retrace, sort of like we saw with Jasmy earlier. Where's my Jasmy chart? There it is. So Jasmy went on this run earlier this afternoon and has been trading back off since. So we see a lot of that with the trading, but yeah, they not ready to just keep taking off yet, because we're just not quite in this full bull market. But there are some authors who think we could be, that are just looking at the charts, and the charts are signaling these big runs. I'll show you a couple of those, but that's not where I am. I'm still looking at this overall economic condition of still inflation. We still have high interest rates, talk of recession, more bank failures, real estate market pulling back, bad job numbers, probably more unemployment, and none of that just leads to this big bull market yet. So that's kind of the overall picture. And then this thing came up today about what is Dogecoin's relation to Bitcoin? Like, how are they related? And so we'll touch on that as well, have a little fun with that in a little bit. So let me drop down here into the corner. How is everyone doing tonight? Yeah, Jason, the SpaceX Starship scheduled for Monday, although Elon kind of jokingly tweeted today that he might delay it 3 days. Well, what's in 3 days from Monday? It's April 20th. That's right, 420, which is the next Doge Day. And I don't know, last year Doge Day was pretty fun. Market for Doge trading did okay. It was the year before that where Doge just totally tanked, because there was this big big swelling of support for Doge, and everyone was going to buy Doge, and Doge ended up just getting shorted all to hell. But that's what Doge's challenge is, though, as it trades. So hopefully we don't hype it up too much, and we can just enjoy the day with Doge memes and have a lot of fun on Doge Day. But the Starship, yeah, we'll see if it goes off on Monday. But yeah, the pictures I saw on Twitter were pretty cool, pretty cool. Hey, Fred, how are you? Yes, AMR, Jasmine did pump more than Sheeb. It was good, but as we saw, Sheeb, well, Sheeb's now retracing back down here, but Jasmine ended its run earlier this evening, and it's been trading back down. So, like I said, not ready to go on these big, huge, sustained runs yet, as we're watching all of the other economic data that's going on. Just not all that great. But I mean, Bitcoin is still above 30,000. We'll see whether this holds tonight and into tomorrow. We still have another day of trading for the weekend, so we'll see whether Bitcoin can sustain that, or whether there might be some negative selling pressure going on there. So the big news was Bitcoin, Ethereum had good weeks. A lot of it was because of Ethereum. There was some good news on inflation, and the inflation numbers came out on Thursday. 5% inflation. It's better than 8%. Nowhere near the 2%, which is where the United States wants to get the inflation numbers down to, but still good for the time being. Although some of the other indicators aren't painting such a rosy picture, so we're going to see how that goes. But during the week, major digital assets surged, encouraging inflation data. There was the much anticipated Ethereum Shanghai upgrade. We talked about this last night quite a bit, where Ethereum was getting shorted all to hell, and all those shorters got squeezed out as there was more buying of Ethereum than selling. Some of the unstaking that happened, mostly on Kraken, because they have to with the deal with the SEC. We think that people who wanted to restake their Ethereum were just transferring it somewhere else, like Coinbase or another wallet that does ETH staking, because they wanted to get back in the game, in the staking game, and they couldn't continue to do that on Kraken. But overall, not too bad for Ethereum. Ethereum did well, which kind of kept all of the crypto market up. And we saw the Bitcoin dominance come down as Ethereum was showing strong selling, and a lot of altcoins too doing very well. So in recent economic reports, inflation was lower than expected, but jobless claims were higher. The Fed may have been hoping for such signs as reason to justify not raising rates again when the Federal Open Market Committee meets in the first week of May. However, I think they're still going to raise the interest rates another 25 basis points. That's what they said months ago they were going to do, and I don't think they're going to back away from that. In fact, I think the Fed would kind of like to see unemployment go way up higher and us to go into a real recession so that they can totally tame inflation. We'll see how that works out. But overall, the Fed really doesn't care about that. They just want the money to be even out. That's what they care about. So we have, Bitcoin price targeting 33,000 next, as Bitcoin eyes key resistance flip. So they're thinking that Bitcoin's going to break up over 31K, move on up to 33K. I don't think so. I don't think we're quite there yet to make that next run. Well, we'll see. I mean, I've been wrong before. I didn't think Bitcoin would be at 30,000 so quick in 2023, but because of the banking crisis, a lot of people were taking money out of the bank and they were putting it into Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies because the overall crypto market is up. So that's been good, but is it ready to run yet to 33K? We'll see. But hey, while we're just fantasizing, right? And people writing articles about Bitcoin. Why stop at 33K, right? As Bull Run says, let's go to 35K, right? Let's go 35K. Well, how about this author? 50K. Finbold says 50K Bitcoin imminent. Why not 50K, right? Multiple indicators point to possible sharp breakthrough. And yeah, I mean, they're looking at the charts, right? They're looking at, what happened between 2019, throughout 2019 and the trading there with the Fibonacci retracement and comparing 2023 to 2019. And could this be a similar run? That means that Bitcoin still has a way to go to get up to the same kind of level that Bitcoin touched back in 2019. Now, at that time, it was touching up to 14K and then retraced back down to like 10K. But we could see if it's going to repeat, right, then Bitcoin would trade up to about 39 or 40 and then go on some big run up and touch up to 49K and then retrace back down maybe to 33K, something like that. I don't know if we're going to see that kind of volatility in Bitcoin this time around. Just don't see that. But people are having fun writing articles about it. So why not 33K? Why not 50K? I don't know. I don't know. But Dogecoin had a good week too overall. Dogecoin beginning to retrace this week after the hype, following the logo change of Twitter that happened back on Monday to Wednesday. But then Thursday, there was the announcement that eToro was going to partner with Twitter to be able to show charts directly on Twitter, which isn't happening on the main Twitter site yet. So still waiting for that. But with that, there's going to be this opportunity to directly link to an exchange where you can trade crypto. So people think that that is good news for Dogecoin. We'll see. It's any crypto really, or stock. We'll see how all of that plays out. We spent a good bit of time back on Thursday talking about that whole thing. And so if you want to rewatch my video on that, you can see that on my channel. But yeah, what does this mean for Doge though? Well, it means that, we're just watching Elon Musk and what his next move is. And we don't know what that is going to be yet, with Elon. Sometimes he talks a lot and doesn't always follow through very quickly. We're still waiting for the Doge 1 project with SpaceX, but right now Elon is really concentrating on Starship and getting this test run of Starship. So we don't know when this Doge 1 project is going to happen. It should have happened last year, but hasn't happened yet. And he also said that the SpaceX merch store was going to accept Dogecoin, and that hasn't happened yet either. So leaving us hanging a little bit, Elon, on a few of these things. But overall, things have happened that we probably wouldn't have believed. And here's Dogecoin, trading up at 9 cents early this morning again. And we could see another run up to 9 cents again, although we're seeing a little bit of red here. We got some red candles happening right now as I'm live, and that's not how it's supposed to be. Kriss is live. We're supposed to be seeing green candles, and SHIB is just totally retracing back down as expected. Totally expecting SHIB to come back down. And let's check in on Jasmy again, just whether it's continuing to come down. And yes, it is. Jasmy is continuing to retrace down as well. So yeah, the crypto markets aren't quite ready yet for big bull runs. So we're seeing like Cadena. Cadena went on a run real early this morning and has just been trading down throughout the day and now dropping back. So everything kind of comes back to where it was somewhat. Arbitrum had traded up to $1.69. Now back to $1.59, but I don't know if it's going to get back down here to the $1.30 level or not for Arbitrum. We'll see how it holds up here. But Yeah, we're seeing a little red across cryptos this evening. But again, not totally unexpected. So what is going on with this relationship between Doge and Bitcoin? The Dogecoin creator finally reveals, in quotes, right, how Doge is related to Bitcoin. This is Billy Marcus having fun on Twitter, which he's doing a lot more of. And so Billy showed this picture. If any of you are into Succession, the show on HBO, but just Billy watches it. It says Dogecoin is cousin Greg. So cousin Greg, right, is someone who's not, it's kind of in the family or not in the family. And so Billy's just joking that that's what Doge is to Bitcoin, is kind of a cousin. If you want to know specifically, here's an Investopedia article on the cryptocurrency Dogecoin, what it is, its history, use cases, etc. And in this, not a lot of mention of Bitcoin, more mention of Litecoin, because Dogecoin is much closer to in its relationship to Litecoin than it is Bitcoin, because they use the same hashing. And actually, when Billy made Dogecoin, it was really off of the Dogecoin code was based on Lucky Coin, which was derived from Litecoin, which was a fork of Bitcoin. So, but they had changed the mining algorithm of Litecoin. So it's not the same as Bitcoin, but Dogecoins is the same as Litecoin. So the rewards for block mining are actually such that they made it so it was merge mined together. So if you're mining Dogecoin, you can also mine Litecoin at the same time, which helps both networks. So that's more of the direct relationship between Dogecoin and Litecoin. With Bitcoin, yes, proof of work. They're both proof of work cryptocurrencies instead of proof of stake. We don't want Dogecoin to be proof of stake. If you continue to hear from people saying that Doge should be proof of stake, we just say no. It's got its own blockchain. It is doing fine as it is as a proof of work cryptocurrency. The miners keep Dogecoin active, and there's no reason to change that. Just asking for trouble, I think, to do that. The other difference between Dogecoin and Bitcoin is Bitcoin has a hard cap of 21 million Bitcoins. Dogecoin is considered to be an inflationary coin. That's right. All of the rewards that are given to miners just plus up the total amount of Dogecoin in circulation. And that will just continue to rise at the same level. There's no halving for Dogecoin. It just keeps producing new coins as rewards to miners who are validating all the transactions on the blockchain. That's what keeps Dogecoin secure. So even though Billy was making fun of Bitcoin in creating Dogecoin and creating so many coins that its price is low compared to Bitcoin, it's actually a really good design of a coin, particularly one to be used as currency. So that's it. That is the relationship here. So yeah. Hey, Crypto Hunter, how are you? Mining rigs. I'm not into crypto mining. I tried to do a little bit of it about a year ago, but I wasn't investing in ASIC miners or big GPUs. Just didn't have the funds for that. And when I was looking at it about a year ago, it would be about a year and a half of optimum mining just to break even, after paying and setting up for the rig and your electricity costs, and 18 months just to turn a break even, just not interested in it. Instead, I was saving money till it felt like we were at the bottom of the bear market, and then I was going to just put that money back into crypto, which is what I did. Buying back in December, buying back in a lot of Doge, Algorand, and if you've been watching me the past few months, I've been talking about the other altcoins that I've been buying into. And so I've been doing that instead. So I'm not in the mining game. And I don't really see a lot of people talking that much about mining and mining rigs, etc., just because electricity costs are so high and a lot of people are just pulling out of the mining game. So that's kind of what I see right now. So Fred says maybe a dip and then a rip. Could have that. Hey, Hayden, how are you? Welcome. We're having fun here. Trying to anyway, although we're seeing a little red here in the in the market tonight. Sheeb has completely turned back around just about from its little run earlier, coming back down. And Bitcoin is now down. Oh, it touched down to 3160, $30,160. Now back up over 30,200. So a little dip just happened right there. Yeah, but overall, yep, a lot of red across most of these coins. Nothing too drastic. Arbitrum's about the only one that's dipping a little more, down about 3% here in the last hour and a half or so. But that was after its big run that it had just had. So $1.59 is still pretty good for ARB. And it looks like Dogecoin's kind of recovering back up to 883 now. So we got some up and down trading overall. That's what we're seeing across the markets. If we look on CoinMarketCap, we've got Doge still here, 8th largest cryptocurrency by market cap. And again, looking at the circulating supply, right now, Bitcoin is at 19,347,000 out of a maximum supply of 21 million. That's all the Bitcoins there will ever be, is 21 million. So 92% of the Bitcoins that there will ever be are already out there. Whereas Doge, here's Dogecoin. Dogecoin has now 138 billion Dogecoin. And with that 138 billion Dogecoin, that's the circulating supply. And then every day, that circulating supply is also the max supply, and it keeps increasing every day. As it increases every day, because new Dogecoins are continually made as rewards to miners for validating the transactions on the blockchain as a proof of work cryptocurrency. And that will just keep going on and on and on. So that's how Dogecoin works. And that's the big difference between Doge and Bitcoin, and why Bitcoin has a price of $30,000 and Dogecoin is at 8.8 cents, just because there's 138 billion Doge. Now, if Dogecoin got to $1, right, and you've got 138 billion Dogecoin, and if Dogecoin's price is $1, that means that Dogecoin's total market cap would be $138 billion. That would put it right here in third place. Bitcoin's is at 584 billion, Ethereum at 250 billion, and Doge would be third at $138 billion. That makes sense to me. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin, the big three, right? We could see that. We could see that as Dogecoin continues to be sort of integrated into different things like Twitter and Tesla and who knows what else. Who knows who else will buy into this whole Dogecoin thing and continue to support it. We could see it continue to gain adoption, and we could see that Dogecoin to $1 not totally out of the question. It would be the third largest cryptocurrency. That makes sense to me. Hey, bought some Avalanche today. Awesome. Yeah, I've the good things about Avalanche here. I've got a good holding in AVAX myself. Let's see what the AVAX chart looks like. It is right here. Now dipping a little bit below $19. But if we go back and look at the 4-hour chart, we can see AVAX has been on the steady run since about March 27th. So that's been a good run. We go back to the daily on Avalanche we're looking at here. We saw the dippity dip low here of about $10.79, which I wish I would have bought there. But hey, we can't always get all of the dips, right? That's the time right at the end of December when I was buying more Doge and Algorand at these low prices here. But if we zoom out, we know where Avalanche was, and it was trading up here in November of 2021 up at like $124. And now it's at 18 bucks. And you read nothing but good things about Avalanche and all of the projects that are being built on Avalanche now. A lot of the gaming, Web3, all has Avalanche associated with it now. We're hearing a lot about that. So the next bull run, from $20 to $200, that's a 10x. 10x, that's pretty good for established project like Avalanche. That would be awesome. So we'll see. We'll see whether the next big bull run gets up to these 2021 levels again. It's going to be tough, I think, but there was so much money going into crypto back in 2021 with all those stimulus checks and 0% loans. A lot of money was available then. We're paying the price now with inflation, etc. But crazy prices back then. That's what we had. But if these trade back up to that level, those that are buying now, this is the accumulation time to be buying into these things. Again, not financial advice, but I'm buying into. Right now, I'm on a hold on my buying. I did a lot of buying back in December, January, and then some more in March. And now I'm holding, waiting for the next big dip. That's what I'm doing right now myself, is I'm waiting for the next big dip. If there isn't another big dip, I've got money on the side. That's okay. I've got a lot deployed right now into crypto. Again, about 85% of my available investing money, let's call it, is mostly in crypto, plus some Tesla stock that I bought. And about 15% is still sitting, 15 to 20, somewhere in there, is still sitting on the sidelines. So that's where I am with my investing now, and I'm just holding and waiting to see when the next big dip is. Something's going to happen. There's always something, right? There's going to be some big event, and the stock market is going to do a big dump, and the crypto market is going to do a big dump. When is that going to happen? That we don't know. But that's why I've got some cash sitting on the sidelines, waiting for something like that to happen. Because that's what I do. I don't do dollar cost averaging. I know a lot of people do it, and they're very successful with it, but I'm a trader. And as a trader, I feel good about buying dips. I like to buy the dips. So that's me. Joshua got a little invested into Optimism. Very good. So do I. Optimism now up to 266. It just went on a little run on itself. I go to the 2-hour chart and I'm like, because Optimism had been sitting down here in the 220s for the longest time. And then on Wednesday, Optimism started to take off there. So on Optimism, we had from Wednesday to Saturday, 25% gain in Optimism right there. So that's a good little run there for Optimism. And Jasmine just went on this run this evening, but it's been on a pretty good upward swing too over the past week for Jasmine. So exciting to be, many still think we're in still in a bear market, but it's fun to see some of these coins taking off. Something new? Welcome. I think they're topping out right now. Yeah, that could be. And we could see that with Bitcoin when it hit 31K. That was kind of it. When was that? That was back here on Friday. Bitcoin just touched 31 and then traded back down. So that might be the top that we saw for the sort of the immediate future for Bitcoin. But as I showed earlier, we've got some others thinking 33K and even up to 49K for Bitcoin trading in the near term. And I'm like, I'm not on board with that yet. So we'll see about that. And we have Bull Run, Avalanche, Optimism, VeChain, HBAR, Harmony, Zill, Ethereum Classic, Bitcoin. Let's just all of them, right? Just all of them. Let's go. Jason's doing the DCA of Doge, buying a little bit every day. Yeah, I'm happy about my Jasmine too. Waiting for the big Jasmine run to happen, right? The big Jasmine run. Yeah. That'll be fun. Because Jasmine, if you look at the Jasmine chart, it's been a long time for Jasmine. If we go to the daily and we zoom out on the daily chart for Jasmine starts looking not so good, right? From where it was, back here in November of 2021, Jasmine was up above 20 cents. And now it's below a penny still. Look at this. This is not a great looking chart. But Jasmine can always go on a big run. We know it can happen. So again, I'm not telling anyone to go invest in it. I've invested some to be along for the ride. If Jasmine goes on a big run, I want to be on board that Jasmine trade, right? I want to be part of that. So it was worth putting a little bit into it. So yeah. Yeah. I had bought my Jasmine on Coinbase. So I did not use Binance for the Jasmine. And I guess now that Binance US isn't going to support it anymore, right? I think that's what I read. So, but yeah, I bought on Coinbase, so I didn't have that problem. And I've slowly been transferring remaining stuff I had on Binance US. So I got Urine Finance into a wallet, and I got VeChain. VeChain is in my Exodus wallet now, and I've got it staked because I had it staked on Binance.us and I was holding it there. But now I'm just kind of little iffy there. Best to just, so I was looking for another place to stake the VeChain, and then I saw the Exodus wallet does staking. So transferred it into my Exodus wallet, and now I'm getting my VeThor tokens there instead of on Binance US. because a lot of FUD about Binance going on, and I'm just like, yeah, do I really want to chance it with that? I don't know. So it was best to, like, again, keeping stuff on exchanges doesn't make a lot of sense anyway. If you're going to be holding for a longer term and you're not trading, so but some coins I'm still trading. So, and I'm in the middle of some swing trades on a couple things. So I still have that on exchanges. And I still have a lot of Doge on Robinhood, because that's where I've been buying it recently, on Robinhood. And I may be doing more swing trading with some Doge. We'll see. Missed out on the last one. Just didn't have the guts. But I wouldn't have known how low it was going to go to buy back in. And actually, here it is in the upper eights. It didn't really dip that much after the run about the logo on Twitter that happened. So we'll see about that. Hey, Joshua, did Ripple lawsuit finalize? Nope. And it's not going to anytime soon. There's all this talk about it's gonna be this month, it's gonna be next month. It's just dragging on and on and on. I mean, XRP went on this big run and its price still up over 50 cents, but it's really slowed down. But if I go back to the 4-hour chart and you zoom out and you see that Ripple was just like running. This was all anticipation that lawsuit was going to be finalized. And that run happened from March 12th up to March 29th. I mean, that's a pretty big run right there, over 50% run there, in anticipation that Ripple's going to win the lawsuit, and then nothing. So nothing since then. But people still accumulating XRP in hopes that they win that case. And if that's so, XRP could be up at $1 pretty quickly. And if that happens, we're going to see all cryptos going up as well. Probably not the same percentage-wise as we would see with XRP, but could be quite a big run. Rem Sleeper, how are you? Do you think success of SpaceX launch will affect Doge? Yeah, there'll probably be some ancillary, trading of Doge that'll happen with that. But I don't think it's going to be a huge thing, because it's not the Doge 1 project that people are waiting for. So, yeah, but anytime Elon's involved with something that's successful, Dogecoin tends to trade pretty well. So we'll see. And you've got your old XRP. Squirrel? Elon might tweet he put a Dogecoin on board. Yeah. Yeah, he could do that. Which is why I think this eToro partnership on Twitter is interesting, in that he's not creating his own crypto exchange. He's like keeping it arm's length away. It's like, I'm not getting involved in that because I don't want to be sued again, because that other lawsuit is still going on against him. So that was probably a good move on his part, to do a partnership like that. I just would like that cash tag to actually work and function on Twitter. And it's not. So what's Sheeb doing now? Yeah, kind of cooling off here at about 1160. Algo came back down, dipped down to about 2260. Now coming back up. I don't see that back over 23 cents. An XRP just dipped below 52 cents. Ripple wins, all proof of work will pump. Yeah, a proof of work cryptocurrencies especially will pump. And then the proof of stake cryptos will just be along for the ride, because all of crypto will be pumping when that happens. But yeah, I think you're right that proof of work cryptos will probably pump harder because it sort of legitimizes them, right? Not securities. I don't know. We'll see. So that's where we are. We're, again, right where we were last night, and we could be trading right at the same level tomorrow night. But I'll be back 9:00 p.m. This is Boston time, East Coast time, where I am. Talk more about talk more about the end of the weekend, trading in the week ahead. Always do that on Sunday night. Take a look at the week ahead. So come join me live. I'll be putting the Doge chart back on, the 24-hour chart live stream I'll have going again. Always appreciate hitting the like button if you can do that. And as well, if you haven't subscribed already, subscribe. I always appreciate that support as well. Thank you all for tuning in. For those that are watching on the video, join me live. Ask your questions in the chat. You can always leave a comment below as well, though, because I always read those. So hope you all have a good evening and good rest of your weekend, and we'll see you Sunday night. Till then, stay safe. See you soon.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.